What's going on, guys? Hulagh here, bringing you back with a brand new video. Today I'm going to be sharing a few work stories from my first ever job. There's not a whole lot because I only stayed there for like 3 weeks, so yeah. But anyways, just go ahead and get right into it. So kicking things off, my first ever job was actually at Subway. I was 17 at the time, I believe, and I started working there sometime during the summer break. And if any of you have ever worked at a job before, you know how it is kind of like being the new person. Well, thankfully at Subway I wasn't the new person for very long. Like, I was probably the newest person for maybe like 4 days, and then a new girl came in. And this new girl, I kind of had a lot of problems with her, which I can explain more in future story time videos or whatever the fuck we're gonna call these. But anyways, this girl had started and I was no longer the new person at work. And this girl was actually related to one of the other ladies that worked there. So a little bit of backstory before I go and explain this first story about this girl. So whenever I worked there, I ended up working in the morning shifts. So my team consisted of nothing but a bunch of girls and then me, and then occasionally I would work with one other guy. And there was one day I was just washing dishes and the new girl started talking with her relative, and they were kind of rambling on about a bunch of girl stuff, you know. And you know, girls kind of ramble on about random stuff whenever they're with their friends or family, and that's kind of like what they were doing. They're just kind of rambling on, like telling rumors and stupid shit. So I just ended up zoning them out and like daydreaming in my head as I was doing dishes, and then I just randomly zoned back into their conversation and was starting to eavesdrop again. And the first thing I hear as soon as I start paying into their conversation again was the new girl saying, "Giving head is actually kind of fun. You ever tried it?" And I instantly looked over and I was like, what are you talking about, bro? We are at work, let alone a restaurant, and you're talking about sucking dick. Like, there could be a customer outside waiting for a foot long, if you know what I'm saying. And this kind of made this new girl laugh a lot, and I think she kind of like started to fall madly in love with me because I was apparently funny, because I was disgusted that she was talking about sucking dick at work, let alone at Subway where people go to get sandwiches and salads and pizza. But anyways, if you guys want to hear more crazy stories about that crazy lady, then go ahead and do like this video and comment down below that you want to hear more about her, because I do have a few stories about her, and god, it was so fucking dumb. This girl was so stupid. Now, another story that I have is actually dealing with a customer. So a customer had came into the store, and this customer was an older lady. Like, she was probably old enough to be a grandma, and at the time of me working there, I hadn't been there long enough to be trained to put meat on the sandwich, because you had to like put certain amounts and weights of meat on each sandwich, and I wasn't trained for that yet. So all I could do was vegetables and like cheese and all that stuff. And when this lady's sandwich came over to my side of the bar thing, she told me all the vegetables she wanted on it, and then she told me that she wanted tomatoes. And I believe she had a foot long, and at Subway, if you have a foot long, you put 6 slices of tomatoes on the foot long. And as I was putting the slices of tomatoes on her sandwich, she told me that she wanted me to try to get slices of the tomato that look like they're from the middle of the tomato, which makes sense because I'd assume they taste better. I say assume because I think tomatoes are fucking disgusting. So anyways, I grab 6 tomato slices that look like they're from the middle of the tomato, and then I go to slide it down, and she goes, "No, I want slices of the tomato from the middle." And I said, okay, and grabbed the tomato slice that looked like it wasn't from the middle the most, even though all of them looked like they were from the middle. I threw it back in the little container and grabbed another slice and slapped it on there and went to go slide it down again, and she said, "No, slices of tomato from the middle." So I slid it back over again, and I grabbed another random tomato slice and threw it back in the tub, because at this point every single tomato looked like it was from the middle. So I was just grasping at straws here, trying to figure out which fucking tomato slice she had a problem with. Like, you dumb bitch, just eat the fucking sandwich, you're not gonna taste it that much. And then after I put on the second tomato slice that looked like it was more from the middle from all the others that looked like they were from the middle, I started to try to slide it down again, and she said, "No, grab that one," and pointed at a random tomato slice that looked like it was from the middle. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's been a long day," because I wasn't allowed to be like, "Ma'am, you're fucking stupid." I really wanted to just tell that lady off because she was making me really mad, and she was making everything way too damn complicated. Anyways, I finished up making her sandwich and wrapped it up and everything for her, and she had the audacity to tell me that I would get good at it. Bitch, I am already good at it. I can make a damn sandwich as long as you're not being fucking complicated about it. It's a damn tomato slice. And this lady, she was eating there. She didn't take it like home with her or to work or whatever, so she ate it at the restaurant. And later that day, my boss had told me to just go sweep the lobby, and it had probably been about an hour later. And whenever I went out to the lobby to go sweep it, that lady was just now finishing her fucking sandwich, and she saw that I had started sweeping, and she got up and like glared at me and pointed at me as she was walking out the door. And then whenever she walked out, I kind of cussed her out under my breath because I didn't want my boss or anyone else to hear me cussing out a customer, because that's kind of bad and can get you fired real quick. But yeah, anyways, then I got a call from a different place and ended up getting accepted to go work there. So the next day I went and told my boss that I was going to be quitting in 2 weeks. I'd put in my 2 weeks notice and everything, and I had actually put in my 2 weeks notice a week after I had been there. So in total I worked for 3 weeks. And I ended on good terms with everyone. The boss said I could come back if I didn't like the new job. And I told her that I appreciated the offer. But then whenever I walked out the door and turned in my uniform and everything, I walked out the door and said, yeah, I'm not fucking coming back to this shit. If any of you out there are like starting your first jobs, I highly don't recommend working at a restaurant because it's a pain in the ass and you get paid really shitty. But I mean, if that's all you can get, then that's all you can get, and it's very understandable. But anyways, those are my work stories from the 3 weeks that I worked at Subway. I have a lot more other work stories from the other places I've worked, because at the time of recording this video I have worked at 4 different places, I believe. And so if you guys want more work stories like this, then go ahead and like the video and say you want more in the comments below. And I'm really sorry this is kind of a short video, but like I said, I only worked at this place for 3 weeks and not a whole lot happened. Well, not a whole lot happened apart from the crazy lady becoming madly obsessed with me. Come to think of it, the next job that I went to after there was a different crazy lady who became obsessed with me. Now I sound very egotistical and like full of myself, but I'm being dead ass serious. These girls were fucking madly in love with me. I don't know why, but I can tell you the stories because they're pretty fucking crazy and stupid and probably really funny to hear. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Till I see you next time for another video, and I'll see you later.